I initially wanted to take a trip to northern Wisconsin and try and do a long loop hike backpacking, and I found one spot in the entire state that is a loop or even an in and out that's more than 5 miles that could allow me to do some backpacking and get back to some campsites away from the crowd. And I ran into problem after problem. First thing was that the mosquitoes were insane, which I could expect. There was a stream crossing, which I also knew about from my research, but it turns out it was much more of a murky swamp crossing than a stream, so I couldn't take my shoes off because it's full of dead tree branches that would have just cut me up. Third, the chest strap on my backpack broke. Fourth, all of the campsites I came across were already taken, and it's my fault for going up on a Friday. I didn't even have to go up on a Friday. But all of those I could have dealt with. The worst thing, and why I'm at this hotel room, was that it was incredibly crowded. So, after dealing with all of these little setbacks, my thought is, if I'm gonna have to deal with people, regardless of where I go, so why not go where the photos are? So let's go to Door County. Decided to do a full hard reset. I took 2 days off, waiting to get back out on the weekdays. So I'm here on a Monday, and it is still crazy busy. I went to a park called Peninsula State Park in Door County that is pretty open to and popular. So there's tennis courts and golf course and just people here everywhere, and basically all the campsites were filled. If you don't know Door County, it is sort of like Cape Cod of Wisconsin, just replace clam chowder with cherries. As you can see, Door County makes up most of the peninsula that is the thumb of Wisconsin. It separates Green Bay on its west from Lake Michigan on its east. It has a combination of cute little lakeshore, sailing, fishing towns, cherry farms and orchards, and a dash of like North Woods, and a bunch of parks and unique landscapes. One of the major downsides of being in a campground is I feel like a real idiot doing these. Usually I am out in the middle of nothing and nobody could see me talking to a camera. But now I'm surrounded by people, and I'm just going to stay within Peninsula State Park tonight. Try and find a shot looking southeast, because we'll have a full moon tonight. And the peninsula shoots out straight north, basically, so it'd be nice to find a cool moonrise shot southeast. The moon should be rising over here, and the bulk of the town is to the left. And this is the best I could do with this composition, because I can't travel further north to shift my perspective. So this is the best spot I found. So what I plan on doing is using my 70-300 zoom lens, and I'll just try and zoom out enough to capture a bit of the town on the left to balance out the moon rising a little more right in the frame. Especially since the parts of the town that are interesting, such as the little white church and just the shore lights, are all on the left of frame. So now it's time to set up and get ready for moonrise and hope that the thick clouds on the horizon don't block the moon too much. It took a while, but the moon finally showed up above the clouds, and it was really great.
and it did its part. I just don't know if that lens that I have is my softest, my worst lens. I don't know if I'm going to get anything great from that shot, just because I didn't get to tighten in as much as I wanted, so I'm including a lot of dark negative space that's probably not going to show up very well, just because it's not a great lens.
Unfortunately, as I suspected, that picture did not turn out very well. Instead, I offer this video of the moon on the bay by the little town of Ephraim.
Welcome to 5:15 a.m. I only had to travel a few hundred feet to get over to the beach, which I knew looked east by northeast to where the sun is rising. Not real excited with anything I found on the beach looking towards sunrise. I moved all the way up as far as I could go before I lost the sun. Nothing really stuck out to me. What I did find is this piece of driftwood. I kind of set it up so it'd be leading out into the sunrise. A little cliche, but I'm just working with my local beach here, so I'm happy with it. I really love these clouds over here. Now, with little golden hour, I didn't have much planned or scouted out for good golden hour shots. So I'm just an old man sitting on a bench taking pictures of the gulls. I got one shot of the Eagle Cliff with those cool clouds in the background. Maybe that'll turn out to be something. Just one decent picture is justifiable for the trip up here. So now I could relax and really just explore the rest of Door County, which I've been wanting to do forever. You know, I've lived in Wisconsin a long time, and I've only been up to Door County once. So I'm excited for the rest of this trip now to just have fun and really enjoy seeing all the different parks up here and more of what Door County has to offer.
I just love clouds. I knew I really liked these clouds when I was taking the pictures of the driftwood. It wasn't until I got home and started editing that I realized how much I like this picture. And spoiler alert, it's my favorite one from this trip.
This is Whitefish Dunes State Park. It really is lovely, great recreational area. Just ton of beach running northeast to southwest. It's a fascinating landscape, and it's got great dramatic clouds out over Lake Michigan. But that's the thing though, is they're out over Lake Michigan. And the beach runs up this way, or down southwest. And it's just chock full of people. Well, those interesting dramatic rain clouds, they were filled with rain. And it got over the park real fast. So I'm rushing back to the car because not only do I not want to get wet and my gear wet, I don't think I put my rain fly over my tent. Made it to Newport State Park. I believe this is the largest park here on Door County. I still want to do this whole trail because I never got to finish it last time I was here. It ends at Europe Lake, which is this huge inland lake. It's part of the park. I'd like to go up and see that because there's potential for that being a sunset shot. It's a nice enough lake, but as I had kind of feared, much like a lot of these northern lakes, there's just a few piers and cabins on the other side. It's just a circle of trees on some water. But the lake does mean that the sun could get pretty low and shine into the other side here of the forest. In fact, I'm in the forest right now, and all of this light coming in from the side is light being reflected off the lake and the sun coming in. So this might be my chance to get a cool forest scene. So I'm going to hike the shore here a bit and see if I could find any scenes that I could set up for a good forest sunset shot. The scene I've settled on is actually on the trail right next to the lake, and it's taking this turn up the hill. So what I've done is I've set up with the bottom right of my frame being the start of the path, and creates this beautiful S-curve going through the frame. And on my left, I have a triad of trees that are actually separated a lot in depth, but in the photo rendered on 2D, they should be right next to each other, and I've made sure I've positioned so that there's a little bit of space, so you can make sure you could tell that there are 3 trees there. And then on the right, we sort of have, in a way, another triad, a triangle of, it's 4 trees, but the center 2 are so intertwined that they kind of form another triangle. And so we've got 2 sets of 3 on each side, kind of balancing each other out, and the path leading up to a nice, strong pine up on the top, and the light filtering in is just beautiful. So I'm set up, I'm going to take 3 shots, focus stacked from foreground, midground, background, and I don't know if the light is going to get better or worse, but I like the light I have now, and hopefully it'll get better, and I'll just keep taking shots until I get the best version. Well, how's that for efficiency? I had set a goal for myself to get a good forest shot less than 24 hours ago, and bam, I think I got one. I have to do that more often, so let's set a new goal. New goal, let's sell a picture for $10,000. Alright, we'll see if that worked. For now, though, I have to get out of here. The sun is setting, and a lot of the trails through dark woods. And it's not too worrying, but I just want to get back in time to set up for a time-lapse of moonrise. Plus, it sounds relaxing. Just sit at the beach. We'll watch the moon rise over Lake Michigan together, so let's go. What a moon. That was awesome. And I mean that in its truest sense. So I'm pretty limited with what I can do for sunrise because I'm kind of trapped to my park. I can't leave until after 5 a.m., which puts me at quite a time crunch to try and get anywhere else. So I already felt like I got the best sunrise I'd get on the beach. So this morning I just went out with my wildlife lens and did a relaxing wildlife shoot. Just the local common beach wildlife, not even that particular to Wisconsin.
I made it back to Newport State Park. This is my last day here at Door County, and I'm just doing a quick little hike around the meadow to just relax. Very casual stroll. The stroll through the meadow is beautiful, and I'm gonna enjoy this last little bit. But I think I've decided to just head home and get started on editing, putting my pictures and video together. And maybe I'll just come back some other time if I want to get some other shots. But I'd rather spend the day doing this short little hike and then get back home so I have more time to do some editing. And with that, I'll leave you with Door County, and here are the shots that we got.